Hi, I'm Mike Edwards with Leading for Change.
And I'm Ashley Johnson with Industrial Logic.
We assume you're watching this video because you're interested in inclusion, diversity, connection, and all the things that help a team really come together. And you're thinking about attending our session at Friday's Toronto Agile Conference titled Inclusion is Not Merely a Ceasefire.
Now, if you've read the conference page there, you may have noticed there's a prerequisites section. And we're not going to worry about all of those right now. The purpose of this video is that there's one of those prerequisites that may not be familiar to you already. And that is, you'll get a lot more out of this particular conference session if you're already familiar with the work of Christopher Avery and Bill McCarley on responsibility. So we're going to run through that very quickly and introduce you to the results of their research so that you're better prepared for the conference session.
So their research gave us this thing called the responsibility process. And it really works like this. It starts with you having a problem or me having a problem. And it can be any kind of problem, some big thing, an issue, a concern, just something that's upsetting us, that's causing some kind of churn in our mind. And all of us work the same. We're all wired the same. And when we bump into a problem, our natural place to go first is this thing right here called lay blame. Now, lay blame, I have the problem, but the cause is somebody else. It could be a person, an organization, a team, whatever it is. So for me, several years ago, I was quite a bit heavier. And lay blame for me looked like this. If only those restaurants would have better options. When you can see it, because that's what this is all about, it's about awareness. When you can see it, you can choose to get off of lay blame and get yourself up into this thing called justify. Now, justify is a little like lay blame where the cause is somewhere else, but this time I'm blaming a circumstance. I'm making an excuse, right? In the case of weight loss, DNA, right? Look at my family, right? Of course I'm overweight. It's the way it is. When you can see that you're in justify, the choice you can make is to get off it. And the place you'll land is in this thing called shame. Now, shame is what it sounds like. And it would look like this. I suck. I have no willpower. I will always be heavy. And when I can see I'm in shame, because now what I've done is I've taken that blame and turned it inward. When I can see I'm in shame, the next place I'm most naturally going to go is obligation. In obligation, we feel trapped. Have to, don't want to. How many of you have heard this from your doctor? You really should lose some weight. You really should eat better. Right? Whatever it is, those shoulds. Now, shame and obligation both have an escape mechanism called quit. And quit is basically, we're going to cope with this. This is just the way it's going to be. I'm going to let go of that, right? I really haven't changed anything. I'm letting go of the shame or the obligation. Through all of this and all of this awareness, the place I'm heading for is up at the top there called responsibility. And in responsibility, I create, choose, and attract the life I want. And when I chose that and want to stay healthy for as long as possible in my life, I rose above all those things that are below the line there. That's why the weight loss happened. Finally, there's that word down at the bottom, which I didn't talk about, denial. And if I'm in denial, I'm not even acknowledging I have a problem.
Now, why are we talking about all this? Well, it's what I said before. If you're familiar, at least at the level we've just talked through, with the responsibility model, it will enable you to get more out of our session on Friday. So my invitation to you is between now and that session, practice noticing. Just pause every now and then and ask, where am I on that chart? Especially if you find yourself upset. That's a really good opportunity to use the upset as a trigger to look at the chart and say, where am I right now? Now, a couple other things in getting ready for Friday. The conference website, when you're registered and going to sessions, we'll direct you into a tool called Hopin. And that's being used for all the conference sessions that are purely presentations. However, the conference organizers have informed us that that tool is not going to be ideal for workshop type sessions like ours, where we're looking for a lot of collaboration with each other. And so they have suggested that we switch to Zoom. So first of all, do go through the normal conference process, go to the session as usual. When you join the session through Hopin, through the conference website, you'll get a link there to attend the Zoom session. The second thing to know is, please attend on a machine from which you will have access to Zoom and access to Google Docs, as we will be using Google Docs to collaborate with each other during the session. I'm looking forward to seeing you on Friday.
Me too. Thanks for watching.